Hey guys, Kris here. In this video, we're doing the Norwegian high-speed run in my Audi E-Tron 55. And guys, this may be the very last long trip we take with this car because I'm selling the E-Tron 55. Link in the description box down below to the video where I reveal it. And you guys have the opportunity to vote for the replacement for this car. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. And guys, you also have the opportunity to purchase this car if you're interested in an Audi E-Tron 55 with this spec. Well, now is your opportunity before I put it out for sale on finn.no, which is the marketplace here in Norway for selling cars. So link in the description box down below to my Instagram. Send me a DM if you're interested, or also you can shoot me an email that will also be linked down below. But this video is all about the Norwegian high-speed run, and if you're new to the channel, hey, hello, I'm Kris. I have this channel dedicated to testing EVs, so please be sure to drop a like, a thumbs up on the video down below. That is much appreciated, so thank you very much. And also consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. I really do appreciate that, guys. But the Norwegian high-speed run is a race over a route that is 615 kilometers, where the point of this video is to complete the route as quickly as possible. The car that sits up top of the throne is the Ford Mustang Mach-E at 6 hours and 36 minutes. And I don't know, maybe if we're lucky, we will be able to come close to that time. This car isn't anywhere near as efficient as that car, but this car has supreme charging, one of the fastest charging EVs on the market. And that is what this, test puts to the test. That is not only range, not only efficiency, but charging. Those three things combined will dictate how well a car will do. And also the conditions today are pretty nice, 20 degrees Celsius now, dry weather, though we will have, a headwind of about 4 meters per second on our way down through the coast to Kristiansand. We are doing this trip 6 o'clock in the evening, so we have as little traffic as possible. So we are now charged to 100%. I'm ready to go, and I'll see you guys on the road. Now done with the first section of 4-lane motorway on our way to Kristiansand, and consumption is 24.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is a bit high. I was hoping for a little bit lower consumption, 1 hour and 20 minutes on the road and 97 kilometers an hour in average speed. Battery percentage is at 62%, but the map, or the wind map, was saying that we do have a headwind on our way down. We're also running in efficiency mode. The AC is in efficiency, running at 20 degrees. And this car also, is the normal SUV shape. It has 20-inch wheels. These are the Audi Sport wheels, which aren't meant to be aerodynamic, so probably a different wheel option would be more aerodynamic. I don't know, possibly. And the tires are 255 millimeter wide tires all around. So, I mean, big tires, big wheels, big car, but it will be interesting to see, how much electricity, how much battery we have when we get down to Kristiansand, and how far we can make it, and also how the consumption will be once we start making our way back up again the coast towards Oslo. Welcome to Kristiansand, guys, and you may be hearing that this is actually voiceover because I forgot to turn on my microphone when we got down here. Okay, we are at 10% battery, as you guys can see, and a little traffic here in Kristiansand. The weather is nice, and we're going to take a right up here by the train station. And what we're going to do in this clip is that we're going to, of course, turn around as we usually do. We're going to stop the timer here at the red light to get, as accurate as possible reading. But what we're also going to do is that we are going to stop the clock for 4 minutes, because when we went out of Oslo, you may have seen a little bit from the B-roll, we had traffic. There was actually a traffic jam or an accident that had occurred earlier in the day, meaning that we were penalized for about 4, maybe even more minutes, 4 or 5 minutes on our way out of Oslo. So the start of the trip wasn't very good. So what we're going to do, instead of subtracting time at the end, we are going to just stop the timer for 4 minutes, because you can see there the timer showed 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And if we had an absolutely clean run, that means 3 hours and 5 minutes, a little bit of traffic, 3 hours and 8, 3 hours and 9, but we had 3 hours and 15. Okay, consumption 23.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and then 92 kilometers an hour in average speed. You can see the time there was 3 hours and 19 minutes, but that is because, well, I did a pit stop and the car counts, the time exiting the road, but I am stopping the timer. So, after the first stop, the reading of the average speed, the time and all that stuff isn't very accurate, while here in the display of the Audi E-Tron. And you'll see that later on also when I stop for charging, it's counting the time when the ignition is on. It's pretty annoying, but well, that it is what it is. So here is me, starting the timer. That will happen off camera, where I will stop it for 4 minutes. But okay, 10% battery. So that means we won't be able to go to Ionity Well, we won't be able to go to Mer in Grimstad, where I wanted to go. We will have to stop at Ionity in Lillesand. So that's where we're going now. We're heading back north to Oslo, and then we're going to stop at Ionity in Lillesand. This is our exit 86. Ionity in Lillesand is where we have to stop to charge, because if we take a look here, the car is estimating 7 kilometers of range. And look at the left gauge there, guys. Around the S there, it's orange, meaning we are limited in power. We have an icon, we have a triangle up there in the left above the range, meaning we are reduced in power. And then we also have the turtle mode flashing down there below. And also the battery indicator is red, so a lot of colors. It's like a Christmas tree in the E-Tron 55 here. So we'll see how much we have to charge. We are now at 2% battery, and I have estimated that we will have to go to around 83 at least, maybe 85, but that depends on if we really do have, a tailwind on the way back, because according to the wind map, we've had a really strong headwind. So consumption 23.6, average speed 92 kilometers an hour, and 3 hours and 35 minutes on the road. But that number on the road really doesn't correspond to the real time, because we have stopped the clock. I've done a pit stop also, and we have also have had to stop for roadworks. At least twice we've had to stop for roadworks, and then I also stop the clock. So let's go ahead and connect the plug here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and swipe my card. That should be easy. And then, just as a precaution, as always, guys, I could hear the water flowing through the charger here. That's pretty cool. You can see the radiator right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I heard the water because these cables are water cooled. You can feel them start to vibrate. And yeah. So just gonna hold the connector here, as always, as a precaution. These Phoenix contact connectors on anything that is thicker than a water-cooled cable, because the communication is through the top port, and sometimes, or often actually, there you can hear the clicking sound. Now it's communicating and everything should be fine. But often if you don't hold the connector towards the car pushing it, so it is fully in contact with the port of the car, it will fail, and then you will get failed in charging. And this is taking a long time. This seems to be slower than the Ionity chargers I've been charging at throughout Europe. Okay, we are at 2% battery, and I have estimated that we have to go to at least 83. Maybe we'll go to 85 just to have a little bit of more juice on our side. But again, we used 83% to get down to this point, and if we had a headwind, we should be good with charging only to 83%. But look at that, guys. We are immediately at 136 kilowatts, and hopefully we should hit that peak speed of 150 50. And yeah, it's dark now, guys. I hope the camera is, I hope you guys can see me fine with the camera. I've tried to set the shutter speed so it shouldn't be blurry, but it should work good with the darkness. Now that we're moving towards the fall, and it feels sad to say that in the middle of August, and then winter, I may be getting a new lens on my camera that will be better at low light. But okay, we're still at 136 kilowatts. I was hoping that we could get better speed. And listen to this, guys. Can you hear that? That sounds like water. I'm putting my mic up against that. Interesting. That is interesting. But yeah, 136, why aren't we getting better speed? We are the only car here in, charging here. So what's the count? I've never counted. Are those two new? I think those two over there are new. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this one seems to be out of order, out of service. Yeah, that's not working. So 7 working Ionity chargers. But yeah, those two over here look new. Let's walk over here and, but you know, they have more. They can install 2 more here and 2 more here. So they have, 3, 4, 8, 16 they can probably do here at one time. No, I don't know. Those don't look new. I just have never driven over there before. But okay, let's go ahead and check out the battery percentage now and also the speed. Yeah, 138. Maybe we will hit 150 above 10%. But okay, guys, I'm going to go into the station, get something to drink, get something to eat, and I think this will be, I don't know, between 25 and 30 minutes in charging stop. So we have 56 kilometers to go before we are back at Circle K in Sandvika, but we only have 25 kilometers of range left. Even though we used 83% to go from Sandvika and down to Ionity in Lillesand, because I checked the battery percentage on the way down and then we charged to 83%. We don't have enough juice to go back, which is very annoying because I looked at the wind map like 16 times and the wind map was telling us that we would be able to, or the wind map was telling us that we had a headwind on the way down and a tailwind on the way up. But apparently, oh, these are so hard. You know what? I'm going to do this a little bit. Sorry guys, but yeah, the wind map was telling us that we had a headwind on the way down and a tailwind on the way up. So why do we then not have enough juice to go back? Yeah, I don't want to hit these poles again. So yeah, sorry guys, we are at, let's see here, just quickly, we are at 7% battery. So we're going to charge just so we have enough juice to go 55 kilometers. So yeah, so I'm going to do that quickly now and then I'll catch up with you guys when we get to Sandvika. We are now back here at our starting point here at Circle K in Sandvika. It's late, it's dark, and I'm tired. I'm ready to end this video and go home and get a good night of sleep. And we arrived here with 0% battery. Yes, I calculated and put enough juice just to barely get here. We had 1 kilometer of range left according to the car. And consumption today, quite high, 24.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. But when we look at the car that is closest to this, which is the Mercedes-Benz EQC at around 22.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and with similar conditions, it's still a bit high, but it's not too bad while, comparing it to that car. Cars that are, around 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers and lower are much smaller cars. And also, the whole point of doing this late in the evening and at night was to have as little traffic as possible to have a clean run. But that didn't go after plan because the first thing we encountered while going on the motorway, on the E18 motorway, was a traffic jam. And then we had traffic on our way down to Kristiansand, and then we had road work, so we had to stop and wait for, you know, a follow car, so we had to stop the clock. And then also on our way back we had roadworks, and then we had a detour. So yeah, today did not go as planned. Okay, but with that out of the way, let's jump into the reason you guys are here at the end of the video, and that is the time. So the Audi E-Tron 55 in summer under today's conditions completed the Norwegian high-speed run in 6 hours and 56 minutes. Not a bad time. Much better than the time we have done in the spring and also in the winter with this car, but I was hoping for a time that was just a little bit better. And even though we even corrected the time, guys, for the traffic jam we had out of the city, I don't know if we corrected the time enough. And then we also had all the other traffic, and then we had the whole charging twice, so that's a bit strange. So on our way down from here to Ionity, when we passed Ionity, we had 17% battery left, meaning we used 83%. So I thought to myself, well, let's charge to 83%. If we used 83% on the way down and we had a headwind on the way down of between 2 and 4 or 5 meters per second, which is what the wind map showed, and I checked it like 3 or 4 times, then we should be able to get back here with 83%. But I don't know. The wind map must have been off, because we were only able to go to Lillesand, and then in Lillesand we charged to, I'm going to check my notes here because I don't remember. We charged to 18%, so we charged another 11%, meaning that we should have gone to 95% in, Ionity in Lillesand. But okay, today was the best strategy, because actually going above 83% to 95% would have taken too long time, because the charging stop in Lillesand was only 4 minutes. So the strategy was right nonetheless, but the wind map today was very, very off, and it feels strange and unfair to end my ownership with this car and doing this run not cleanly. So maybe I'll do another run without the traffic and also with less wind, because I'm pretty sure that this car can do a 645, maybe a 640, because even though it has high consumption, it has a large battery. You know, even with today's consumption, this car can go like 340 and 350 kilometers between charges at motorway speed, and that's not bad at all. So I don't know, even though the indicated speed here, or the average speed, was 91 kilometers an hour, this car counts when the ignition is on. So after your first stop, you can't trust that number, so that doesn't mean anything. It's a bit annoying. But guys, I do hope you enjoyed today's video, because the time isn't bad. 6 hours and 55 minutes isn't bad. Anything below like 7 hours is a good time. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.